A very good morning, a very good afternoon, and a very good evening from wherever you're watching us from. And I want to say a very big thank you to all of you guys who have subscribed to Kazuri Media, right? And if you haven't subscribed, then you're not too late. This is the time to do it. Yeah. And I just want to say I'm grateful to God for this day because we can't take it for granted. I'm saying this in memory of now the late Winnie Birindubi, aka Dida, and we're gonna put a pay bill down there to support her send off. So, guys, let's keep the family in prayers because she lost the battle to cancer a few days back, right? Yeah. And above all, we are back here again. And this is Hustle Behind the Icon, right? Yeah. Tuna icons wengi hapa kwenye studio and they're going to tell us what actually they are doing. Sindio? And before I go far, I want to say you can also become a member of Kazuri Media by joining. There's a join button on the screen. Just press on that button and it will guide you and give instructions on how to join and become a member of Kazuri Media, right? And also do not forget to press that notification bell after you subscribe because then you are able to get our videos punde tu tunapozi upload, right? Yeah. So I have amazing guests on set today, si ndio? On my right side kuna lyrics nini, yani wanafanya vitu vingi vingi sana, right? Alie, si ndio?
Yes, kabisa. So I am Ali, hiyo ndio jina yangu. And I'm a singer, songwriter, producer, guitarist, keyboardist. And yeah, so nafanya kila kitu, but I consider myself a live performer and a music entrepreneur. Kwa hivyo music business pamoja na performance.
Okay.
Mimi naitwa Young Smart, producer, vocalist, rapper, videographer, photographer. I do websites as well. Kwa hii team niko MD wa yetu and I'll be playing the piano and bass for different sets.
Yeah. Okay.
I'm the least qualified here. Sinianzange tu kutoka.
This is a place for all. Tunakwambiaje? Hapa ni kwa wote, si ndio? Anzia tu pale pale tukienda juu, si ndio? Kila kitu inaanzia chini, si ndio?
Kweli.
Kasoro nini? Kaburi. Yeah.
Kasoro kaburi. Kweli.
Yeah.
My name is Andrew Wambua. I am a singer-songwriter and performer. That's all.
That's all. Amazing, amazing. Just before tuingie kwenye set, I was asking you guys, like, are you a group or how are you guys like? Because I know there's a tour ambao tutazungumzia pale mbele, so that's why I'm asking, like, how are you guys working, like, yeah.
Yeah, so initially what we called ourselves was the Fusion Tour, and right now we're going with the 5 guys because we're dope.
And we are 5.
Yeah. So what's happening is there's 2 people who are not here right now. One Minor, who's our friend Moria, and Kamikaze Kamau, who are also great performers and vocalists. And what we're doing is we are all talented in various ways. He's very humble. He's saying he's a great driver. He's very good in planning.
He's a vocal coach.
Like he's just being humble. So he's very talented in that sector. So he's very instrumental in planning for where we perform, what time we rehearse, like a lot of things. He's very instrumental in the things he says. He's a good arranger. He's good in listening to music. He's good in advising in how to go around things. Na pia yeye ndio we are here courtesy of him today. I'm the MD, as I said, so I'm arranging the music and what time who goes on stage and how the music sounds. And One Minor is a great guitarist as well, and amesaidia kwa MD. Kamau Kamikaze is as well a good pianist, so he's going to be helping when I'm playing bass. He's playing keys. So, and what we have is one vision to further our careers. So we are not a band. What we are is a group of artists who've joined to further their careers. So independently, I'm Young Smart. He's still Andrew Wambua. He's still Ayamalie. He's still Kamau Kamikaze. The other one is still Moria. So once we come together to bring our strengths to save on cost, to save on time, like ndio ufanye hizi vitu peke yako, you really need a big team, a lot of money to pull all of this out. So but tukiwa pamoja, we are full band, we have logistics with us, we have travels, we have everything in just 5 people.
So basically what ilifanyika, the way the journey started was this way.
Tupe story.
Sisi tumekuwa Nairobi for a very long time. Andrew is the most experienced. Underplay what anafanya, but he is the most experienced. I remember growing up as a musician nikianza, I used to look up to Andrew. Sijui kama nimwambia, but he used to.
Tumejua leo.
Big up.
Yeah.
We give him his flowers when he's still here.
Thank you very
So
much.
he used to have his own events alikuwa anafanya, and when I was growing up here, maybe when I started this music journey, nilitaka kufanya my own events. I was inspired by Andrew and other people in the industry. And so, but eventually nikaanza kurealize, okay, kufanya event ni a bit complicated, right? So nikasema acha nijaribu kuperform kwa different events with different people na vile ziko. And that's, I think, the story of all of us.
Yeah.
But now the problem with Nairobi is we feel that Nairobi is a bit saturated. There's a lot of artists, very talented people, but not enough space for all of us. So we decided, okay, sawa, si tujaribu moving to other places. So we decided to start in Mombasa. So this is called the Fusion Tour of Lamesema. So we decided to start in Mombasa. Mombasa because mimi and Smart and a few other artists took me to Mombasa early in the year and we loved it. Mombasa ni nzuri, it's a beautiful place, budding with talent and entertainment inaanza kugrow huko. So we decided let's tuanze na Mombasa. Then hopefully in the future we'll go to different places. We're planning hopefully going to Nanyuki, tuone kama tunaweza cross borders to Dar es Salaam. We just want to try out different places and it's Lamesema, 5 different artists, different kind of music. Mimi nafanya zaita nini Popa Chokacha, Afro fusion, acha niite hivyo. Andrew anafanya R&B, Smart anafanya a fusion of a lot of things. So basically it's different artists. It's ni kama mnapata kachumbari ya usanii.
Okay. Tunapata kachumbari. So that's where the Fusion Tour.
Yes.
So jina linatoka from
fusing the 5 different artists in playing together in one stage.
Yeah.
Okay.
Each playing their own music, but each playing for each other. Yeah.
So unasema Nairobi is saturated.
So I will also add to that and say it's saturated in the sense that there's not enough opportunities. Nairobi is very big, like we will have venues every night, but I don't want to poke fingers, but I would say there's also a lot of gatekeeping. So where people do not want to really offer the opportunities to the upcoming. Everyone is targeted, and you see it even on radio. Everyone is targeting on the one hit. One hit will be played 5 times a day. When there's great music from Amalia, from Andrew Ambua, from myself, that is going to be squashed, because the opportunities, they're being gatekept. Who either I don't know if it's Beyola, I don't know what is happening exactly.
The cartels.
Yeah, there's that situation as well. So for us to combat that, we decided we're not going to go and keep begging for gigs because you have to beg for these things nowadays. So we don't want to beg. What we want to do is to create our own opportunities and then make it very free for the young ones who are coming after us and to see the same struggle because why would you beg to show talent? This is how our money is already being taken by other institutions that are supposed to be paying us. The little we are surviving on is gigs, right? So why not make that available? Yeah.
So muzifuate, si ndio? If they're not coming here, you're gonna
make them for ourselves.
Okay. So now that this fusion now, how do you guys get to come together, or do you practice mnafanyaje?
So
everyone performs their own.
As I said, he's very humble. He's provided us few space for us at our very good friend Mr. Barabe, where we meet every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday for overnight rehearsal sessions, and we go through every artist's song. So when we try to figure out how do we combine, so actually kesho we have an overnight where we just meet all artists in the studio. And again, hatuhitaji band kutoka nje, all of us together pamoja we are a full band.
Yeah.
So we just go and chill. So we are going to have it's going to be very interesting by the way. If you miss this, utachekwa. So the point is we are going to have what I'm calling a semi-acoustic gig, which means it is going to have half live, which you show watu wakienda kwa stage na laptop hivi, but they still have a band. So it's basically we've programmed some things and removed the main vocals, and then we are still going to be playing over it. And some sets like Alia's set, most of it is going to be fully live. apart from the song that we've done together on Jiko, because why not? So yeah, we
Now
try.
you know.
Now you know. So it's going to be very interesting. It's going to be for the intimate lovers when you're kuongea na msanii. We're gonna be there. We're gonna make the jokes that we love to make. We're gonna have fun. For people who love crazy pumping music, we're gonna provide that as well.
And so tomorrow guests are coming, Ama.
Tomorrow.
Tomorrow is a private.
No, the practices zile tunafanya ni basically just us.
Okay.
And again, something we forgot to mention is nimekumbuka as Smart anaongea is we're also trying to pave a way. You know, I know I've studied a lot. I've studied music, and I think online pia go through a lot of stories and case studies and seen how people in the West do things in terms of, for example, gigs. Kama nilisema Andrew alikuwa na show yake, I think bado ame
Kama zile zako.
kama zangu na pia mimi nika
Ah,
inspired
wewe
yangu
Mr. Mashow huyu.
anakia Ali and then I inspired Smart kwanza yake pia ama ni uongo Smart. But anyway, my point is that's not important. The important thing is that I would like to also create some sort of pathway for new artists, for live musicians ambao wanaweza ku understand na ku express themselves. The kind of music related to tumesema ni very different, it's not very pop. See, everything is pop, but everything is very quality. But also kuongezea what Smart anasema, what we're planning to do is have a series of events. Kwanza have an event in Nairobi, then Mombasa. So on the 28th of this month tutafanya event. So the practices tunafanya are geared for those, for all the events that tutafanya during this whole tour. So that's why amesema tuna make Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and tunafanya practice all through the night. Now those practices have to be private because kama tunataka kufanya kazi, hatuwezi leta watu wale wamekuja tu kuwa, so that's why they're private. Maybe towards the end we could do one where it's open, but there's no use since we'll have a concert at the end of the month. So yeah, so basically that's, to answer your question, that's what we're doing. And we're trying to see how we could maybe create some sort of pathway through Kenya in a way that msanii akitaka kufanya tour anaweza toka Nairobi aende Nakuru aende huku to try and open up Kenya into some sort of joint
and also make people understand that you don't have to be big like our brothers before us, like Nabian and Calligraph. You don't have to be in that level of to do the tours. Like people need to understand that music should be shared. Even here we can sing and it will still be shared.
Yeah.
It's personal for everyone.
That's true.
Yeah.
I like that. I like what you just said because a lot of people think you have to have been at a certain level of stardom and musicianship and to play music. But I think art should be shared in whatever form or way, whether you're starting up or you're in the middle or you're ukoju. Try and figure out a way, if gatekeepers have decided, then figure out a way to get your music out there. And we are trying to do that. We're not waiting to get to superstardom to be able to share our craft.
Yeah.
So this thing of whereby they usually say there's been this beef, in the industry, how it goes, yeah. In Kenya there is no international artist or stardom, and even actually last week there's a Tanzanian artist ambaye alisema Calligraph Jones ni nothing. Kizungu tu lakini hawezi kuimba. How do you react to that?
I will say, and I know my brothers are going to speak probably better. I would say, music. There's a music creative part of it, and there's a business side of it. Unfortunately, we have come to the point where dissing is part of marketing. Fortunately or unfortunately. So I wouldn't say towards that specific case that is what is happening, but it helps with the marketing. It helps when there's one artist saying a bad thing about the other, but they will meet and hug and say hi and whatever. So it is politics. Let us call it music marketing politics. To just
the game.
To just push numbers. Unfortunately, that is how marketing is working in the pop industry. But I'll tell you this: there's artists like my friend Winyo, who we just recorded the song for the Kenyan Theme Olympic with, who is from France, perform for the Olympics, and he's still an international act, although he doesn't have the hype that we want him to. But so we have international artists, and most of the times you miss those. I have been in the Kenyan Boys Choir. we have done tours with the Kenyan Boys Choir, but people don't know anything about that. Kenyan Boys Choir I have personally cut sessions for Selena Gomez that was supposed to be performed by Kenyan Boys Choir. She got sick that week, so she didn't perform with them. But I have had a session of Selena Gomez in my laptop. It's still there actually. So you can imagine. So international artists sometimes look like this.
But how to post it? The difference is how to post it.
No, but there's no traction.
Okay,
the other thing is that those are Kenya Boys Choir is very high use of cloud. So even if you do post, go on their socials. In fact, go and search for Global Citizen, Kenya Boys Choir, and Asha Raymond. They have performed on one stage. It is actually right there, and they did this 4 years or 5 years back. So international acts, they actually live around you here. It's just when you do our kubwa. No, they also our system has not allowed for you to be big without the politics that support big.
Yeah.
Inaweza sema hivi, growing up, there was a shop pale Ukuru Estate inaitwa Mafra. Small shop, ijulikani kama uishi hiyo area hujui. And there was also a big stall inaitwa Nakumatt. Now,
the elephant.
20 years down the line, Mafra bado iko, lakini Nakumatt imeanguka. Taski zimeanguka. My point being, music is a business. And every business iko na category, iko na level zake, na iko na limits za how far inaweza fika na vitu fulani. Now what we're trying to do is to maximize in the particular categories we have. Because of course, kusema ukweli, the kind of music, for example, Khaligraph Jones anafanya, the kind of rap anafanya, hip hop, is commercial hip hop. Perfect. It works. It works for a lot of people. Mimi nasikiliza. But there's also a rap anafanya hardcore underground hip hop. Ambaye ukimuuliza wewe unapenda, what do you think about Khaligraph Jones? Anasema Khaligraph ana lines ama sijui nini. The truth is it's art. Art ni kama kuchora. It's okay, kuchora pia ni art, but for me art is more about expressing than impressing. When it changes from expressing to impressing, sasa inakuwa biashara. But now what we're trying to do is, or what we're trying to educate also to the younger artists and the people who want to come up, is that music is a business. The same way Mafra, hiyo duka iko hapo, whatever Mafra alikuwa anafanya, amefanya kusystem mpaka saa hii kuweza kupata hao customers wake. Amejua what amefanya. Haku need kila mtu Nairobi ajue kuna Mafra. But yeye alijua, this is my clientele, this is who I'm working with, these are the people wale wana need kununua kutoka kwangu. That's the same for us.
Let me feed them more than need.
Let me feed them more than need. And that's the same for us. We're trying to do exactly that. Mimi naangalia nasema, this is my crowd. These are the people who appreciate what I do. These are the people. So what can I sell to them? Because I know customers wangu. So that's exactly what we're doing. Not to si kusema kwamba wale wanafanya pop ni different. No. They're also making the money. But they're doing what they feel. They have a maybe broader market. But being broader doesn't mean that inamaanisha wako na more clients. It just means you need to know how to kucheza na balances. Yeah, so
okay, amazing. Yeah, it's hustle behind the icon. Sindio, ndo ama icons wetu hapa. They're not that makelele huko nje, but they're doing an amazing job, right? Now let me ask you, there's hii yenu ya kwenda live. It's not easy. Watu wengi wanapenda kutumia backup na nini. How are you able to keep up and just do it?
I think it's one of the reasons why we came together as we did, because if I had to do a tour by myself, I would have to find another 4 people myself to come and play with me. That means I recruit a band. But in this case, what we did was we capitalized on each other's strengths, and instead of recruiting a band to come and play with us, we play for ourselves. So that's one of the ways that we're trying to tell the younger people, you don't need a whole band. You have 5 friends that you know. One plays this, one plays that, one plays the other. Why don't you come together and do, if you have a shared vision, do the same thing we're trying to do.
Yeah, but then now you guys do the live, Remember live?
Yes.
Sindio? That's what I'm saying. Like, How are you able to keep it up? Kuna wasanii nikizima mziki sasa hivi nimwambia shike mic. Yeah. Unashangaa who sang, who did this?
Well, rehearsal lazima tufanye, but also I think it all boils down to how much talent you have, to be honest. Perhaps well, talent goes in hand with hard work. I mean, you can't just be talented and then you can't just be talented and not work on your craft.
Can you just practice alafu niweze kuimba live?
Yeah, I'm gonna add to that and say, since I'm a producer, what I've learned is there's very big acts, and I'm gonna say this and understand me right. There's a recording artist and there's a session performing artist. Recording artist goes very far. You see how this podcast is working. When you're in studio, you have time to redo a million times over until it's perfect. On stage, you have one take.
Nothing. Right? Murphy. Murphy.
Anyway. So what happens is the recording artist needs a lot of support on stage. If they are not, you need to, for most artists, you need to, like upcoming artists, you need to be a very good recording artist plus performing artist, because you're proving a point. But life is just very funny. God only had chances for just everyone. So you find, I won't mention names, but I have recorded very terrible superstars. You know, they struggle. Like,
and I repeat it.
Yes, like, and you don't even look forward for this session. And they're very big in the country, but they don't know how to.
And they can tell, but they have the money to push it. And they can tell.
God has opened up a way, and there's not even hate on it. Like there's just people. You ever found someone who's not good at the job, but they're getting the money. It's the same in the industry. So unfortunately, I will quote the Bible and say, it says, unfortunately, the skillful will not all have the money. I don't remember the specific verse, but it actually says that unaweza kuwa skillful, you have all the skill, because I promise you these guys are talented. I am also talented, but we have not yet unlocked what we need. And there's someone out there who has no idea how to play a guitar, how to play a keyboard, how to operate a recording session, how to even switch on a mic, and want to just stadiums. And that is the sad truth, you understand? So once you understand the dynamic, you appreciate that they are winning in their dimension. And as long as you're doing what you're supposed to do and furthering the industry, telling others the truth as well. Usidanganye pia wale wanafuata. Waambie mimi inanishinda. If you can't do this and fuse it with this, that will open up some doors for you. But again, no one's story is the same as the other.
I think I have a theory for that. I think ile masaa sisi tumetumia kwa kuspend ukijifundisha gitaa, because it's a lot of work. Naketi chini na gitaa yako ama na keyboard. Hapo sasa. Ni kazi nyingi. Hiyo masaa sisi tulipoteza unaangalia microphone una study. Hiyo masaa msali alikuwa anatafuta connections. The other guy ule ana talent.
But see also na gitaa
na pesa ya marketing. Alipewa
TikTok classes ya TikTok.
What of that theory mimi nasema. Unaweza pata hivi Mungu alipatia huyo mtu just enough knowledge to fund a studio and the business mind of young people. Because that is purely business mind. You see how we think is create kwa mnoma. Yeye akona kale kadogo hivi. Anapiga nduru na hiyo kitu. Anasumbua. Mimi kuna bashani pata kwa matatu. Wajui mimi msanii ametoa simu ameanza kunicheza song yake. Niko like, this is terrible, but the energy that she's pushing into it, you will listen and they will make sure you subscribed and liked, and they will even follow up with you at home.
Wow, it's the wheel, huh?
Mimi sasa sina nguvu. When you as I think when you are an artist and you think you're good enough, you think that watasikiza, wanajua ni noma. Huyu mwenye hana talanta unapata ametembea huko hadi maslippers kwa crusade. Just one performance.
Anaomba tu.
Guess what? Atatoka hapo na fans.
For real, yeah.
Yeah, that is so God anabless watu with different. So ndio maana nasema I do not hate. I understand that they're just not blessed as I am, and I'm not blessed as they are. So it's my job to learn what they know.
It's not their time, maybe also.
It's their time as well.
I was listening to Octopizzo Nabanari. Yeah. He was saying the way he used to go and play. He used to go and rap for kids who are like 5 years and below. Anaenda anamwambia mazee, hebu simameni hapo. Anaua. Anamwambia
Mbele yenyu ni. Number 8 bro.
But he kept doing that. Like right now, you see what he's doing. So I believe also in that struggle, it's kind of practice. There's something you're learning because this thing is a journey.
For sure.
Yeah, unless you guys like kina Bradley, kina Goliath. Kwenye wamekaa tu na height siku zote yuamka, hakuna mtu anahusika na height yake.
Yeah.
And then maandamano comes and boom. Akona ubalozi, is ambassador for Bonfire. Yes, wewe umekula magita hapa au
Exactly.
Akona height ya nini gani?
Goliath. Umeona?
80. And then now
kisimama vizuri kwa nini kwa ngapi?
sasa wamekuja wengi, every Goliath is now popping up, everyone mwenye height is now. Anyway, so now what challenges like do you go through? Ama niseme, what's the worst ishaitokea when you guys each one of you have your own experiences, right? You're on stage and it's a live performance. What's the worst?
I think we start with
He's the most experienced. With worst performances or just
no, just he's performed.
I like that. Well, what's the worst that has ever happened?
Yeah. Kando na mic kuzima.
Kando na mic kuzima za zingine. Apart from that, what? I once lost my voice in the middle of a performance, which was interesting. Yeah, I had to. Thankfully, I had background vocalists who, of course, because we were in rehearsal, knew the songs well, so they kind of held me together. But my voice, iliisha na ikaisha. Naimba nasikia na strain, yani ile. Yeah, I think that was the worst thing that has ever happened. Yeah.
If in Tanzania ungeambiwa umerogwa. Yote yako inaenda. How comes? They just went on stage and anyway, yeah.
So mine is almost the same situation. So what happens on stage is there's a lot that goes into performances. Sana kama ni msanii, set yako iko na energy na you need to jump around. Naturally, professionally they need to provide something called a humidifier on stage. Siko ushaona na fans ama there's a box on stage, like to just keep you cool on stage. So what happens if there's not that situation? And also as an artist, if you've not eaten enough before you're going on stage, done some workout on your vocal. Bila shaka ukianza sauti kwa stage. Hakuna maji, tena ni zile tryouts tu kama hizo tunasema za kujituma. Hakuna maji, na una rap. Naweza ni hardcore rap majamaa. Haitoki hiyo imeenda. And now I had to unanyonga kabisa unasikia there's nothing you can do and you're trying out for. I was trying out for Kubamba. It was a bad weekend. Well, they still picked me, but yeah. It was tough that one.
Okay.
I have never had any bad experience on stage.
We.
Every of my performance imekuwa
hata hujaianguka, hata hujaiteguka.
Kuangalia vibaya sijawahi.
Hujai. Hey, the God you're serving. Well.
Mimi zangu ni nyingi sana, but I think ile nasema ni let me mention to one. Nilienda na band that was very waliniambia wameland the songs. Now if you perform the live band and it was a new band, nimewaandika na wakujeni. So nimefanya practice moja mbili. Right before we go on stage, the keyboardist ule ni rafiki yangu na yeye ndo ameleta wengine, ananiuliza ngumbo wa kwanza ni kigani. Lakini that's not even the worst thing. The worst thing ni nilikuwa nimemwandikia keys nikampatia karatasi yenyewe akamwambia ndio hizi keys. Akaniambia pana nakumbuka. This is stage show imeanza. On top of it, acha tu. Nina dharau mpaka mtoke. Amekuja na plus sijui ngapi, amesema ni watu wa band. Watu usijui ngapi wamekuja na mademo, wamekuja wengi. On top of that, the bassist ile tulikuwa tunafanya practice na my songs were very complicated. I even had to now learn how to write simpler songs. Very complicated. The chord work. The bassist ile aliletwa. Ule tulifanya naye practice akukuja wakaleta mwingine. Ilikuja kama amelewa. Na katikati ya performance ya mtu mwingine akapanda stage kucheza. Ilikuwa just a very long. But on stage, I didn't have a guitar, unfortunately, then. So I had to ask someone.
Oh my God. Hii ni somoja.
Hii ni somoja. On a stage.
Clearly, we are the more experienced one.
Na kucheza gitaa hivi. So unfortunately siko na guitar. So nikomba one of the people hapo, please nisaidie na guitar. Akasema sawa, roho nzuri, roho safi. Now part of my band was a friend of mine who likes the trumpets. Alimtela vizuri. So huyo mtu akanipatia gitaa kwa roho nzuri, lakini hakuniambia this guitar nimetia na semiton low. So nikianza kucheza. Sasa hiyo inamaanisha iko kitu tofauti. Nikianza kucheza kila mtu mwingine hapa ana transpose, hata wajui wimbo iko kingani, wanafuata tu juu wao wao. But ndio tulifanya naye practice na kutoka vizuri trumpet.
Trumpet lazima apige hesabu ya sijui za nini.
Nilikuwa nachanganyikiwa na juu what's going on.
Kuna kwa jazz. Banana pante. Oh my God.
It was a lot. Alafu the worst thing niliwalipa, the worst thing was everybody else wamekuja perform. Ilikuwa pro bono, so mimi niliingia kwa mfuko yangu. Everybody else alikuja tu kana perform. Too simple, guitar nini. Sasa siko najiita kwa that simple. Sasa mimi nimeenda all out.
Wadi na band.
Band iko na
Umewalipa.
Wamekuja Mogi.
wamelima.
That was really combined. But so unfortunately that is
Okay.
so that's probably the worst thing. Oh no, wait, kuna ingine. Because tumeenda kuoperate for one of this big artists, vernacular artists, and I was playing. This is not that bad, me kunisumbua sana. So in the middle of a performance, kwa sababu wao wanataka hizo ngoma za lugha yao, could just see people wanaanza kupunja wita ambini hawatoki. Sasa hiyo, sasa practice 2 hours. Solo. Katikati wimbo naambia jamaa wa gitaa, anacheza solo. Almost 3, 4, 5 minutes. Yeah, solo. Because from on top of that, what
a break. Hii podcast tunapojia tu
acha nisiongee. But anyway, that is why hiyo ndio imefanya mpaka sasa hivi I really respect my band. I have a band named The Honorables. I respect every member because I know the alternative. Najua kukosa, najua kupatana na watu wako. Mimi najua kupatana na different situations that are very so I respect every member of my band. I respect every musician who anafanya live because ni kazi. It's a lot of work.
Yeah, it's a lot of work. I was asking, how do you manage the live? Because not your recording artists, me performing, need nini. They just go and jump. You've seen these guys. Wacha sijaji majina sije ngarushwa mawe, lakini ushaona hata nashikiliwa ndo aimbe. But they'll still perform na wata hype watu. Wewe live. Alichopitia utaona vidole zito. Okay. Tell us now, you're also a producer, yeah?
Yes.
What's your best?
Best moments. Well, of course, I frequent once in a while you find artists that are very good. And again, I'll shout out to Inyo. Again, I don't put any autotune on him. And all my time working with him, in fact, you cannot put autotune on him because he's not doing any straight vocals. Number 2 is, of course, I have the pleasure of working with the great Benjamin Kabaseke. I'm his house producer and manager as well. So working with such great talent, it's got upsides and downsides. Unaizoea sana hauelewi when you get people who are not working as hard or as good, which that is it's very tricky to now navigate working with other bands when you're used to hearing perfection every other day in the studio. So great times. Honestly, God may bless your side studio where I work with. He's one of the people who we have a contract with as well. So they're very easy people to work with, and being as talented as he is and with such experiences, like very nice people in studio, and we have, in fact, we spend a lot of time. Most of our time is getting to know how our week was, and if they are new artists, I take more time to talk to them other than recording, because you will tell me through our conversation what you want. As a producer, it's very let me make you understand what a producer does. Ni kama daktari kutibu mtoto mdogo. mdogo kwa bishi liko wapi analia tu. So you as a doctor, you have to be very good to not kill them by giving them the wrong medicine and pinpointing it on time. That is the work of a producer. You have no idea what you want, but you're trusting me to give you that whatever is in your head.
Ngoma mimi mkali. Kama niseme mimi mkali.
So what most producers do and what I used to do, which for me didn't work, was we just met and I tell you Sawa Imba, what is it? I changed that format.
Like I come, you give you the beat, beat, tunajaribu tunasema.
Sometimes it works when there's no time, when the client doesn't understand it. But if these people who can work with and there's a contact in such kind of situations, we talk. Actually, I book you for a session.
You put in the time.
I don't charge for that session. We just come and talk, and then we go home. Then we come tomorrow and we talk. The machine is on. I play you some samples. I see how you react. Close the machine. We talk, make jokes. Our vibe will tell me where our work will go, because I'm looking for long-term relationships. I'd rather have 5 super clients than 100 that are going to disappear when the next big thing comes up.
Also, like these producers, tena majina, but they're just here. Everything, like unakuta kwamba this beat ameleta hao wasanii amewapigia, I think you're good, jumping on every, you've seen it, right?
I've seen it, yeah.
So unakuta kwamba anashinda saying like, oh, I'm supporting this artist, that's what I'm recording for, but mtu anamwambia niliingia studio 5 minutes and just did that song.
Yeah, so again, I wouldn't bash them, and that's why I said it didn't work for me, because I've also been trained, and the producer who trained me still follows the same method. It works for him. He's played a lot of hits in the country. Sometimes producers want to separate their personal from whatever. I don't encourage you to do what I'm doing. Any producer who's watching, this is very risky business, because it's not
disclaimer.
It's not interested. I've not finished my time on earth to tell you this is the perfect route to follow. But I do know for sure you'll get to know your artists.
Once you finish, you'll tell us.
How will you get to know this?
You'll see my track record. Now we are starting with the Jackson and the campaigns we've seen. So that track record will give you an answer automatically. But as of now, so far what we've recorded, I'm sure he can attest for what we've done with him. And for every other person, I wouldn't say I'm not in the business of making the fastest back, because the fastest back, easy come, easy go. I'm in the process of making music real estate.
Music real estate.
Yeah, that is actually all our real estate. Our real estate is not visual. It is something you take in, and it helps all generations, because there's nothing new under the sun. So my business is to find connections that will match with my. Sijui kama ushaisikia beat normal lakini msanii hayuko hiyo beat. Msanii tu hatoshai kwa hiyo beat.
Nishasikia beat kali lakini msanii akaangusha. Msikia msanii ameangusha beat.
I avoid Tanzania. Unataka washikwe. So and you find
Nataka nikushia mawe.
And you'll find now such situations they happen so many times. Like there's this quote from Michael Jordan where he says they say he lost more goals than he actually scored. But we remember him for the wins because he scored the ones that mattered. So what our producer wanatoma hits noma. If you go in the archives, the amount of songs that they do not really want you to know they did, they're more than the ones that actually hit. So, but again, it depends what kind of a producer you are. If you're in the business of making the most money possible, which is all we're basically doing, well and good. So my vision is just long term. I just need longevity. I just want to know I can always count on Alie to bring me the goods, man, like to bring the hits. And he'll listen to my input. Other than niko tuna watu wengi na record tu mnalilipa hiyo whatever amount it is.
Sisi tunataka kusikia pale nene. Unajua nani on the beat.
But you see, if you do the study that I did on producers, you don't go more than 5 years on top with such kind of a strategy, in my opinion. Very few actually stand the test of time. And those few are very strict and they make a lot of enemies because they try to speak the truth, but they didn't make the connection first for the other person to understand where they're coming from. In my opinion, I could be very wrong. Yeah.
Well, amazing. Alie, what would you want to say?
To who?
to the producer. What do you listen
to the producer.
Yes. You said you're even working together, right?
Yeah, we are working together.
What did you look ukamwa
Nili.
Ama ulipitia nini? Ngoja, ulipitia nini kwa producer? Alikuwa na stock.
Alikuwa ni stock.
Ana stock.
Alitengeneza profile ya mdem Instagram.
Oh, kwani wewe ni muhimu? No, unaweza tabia.
Send me $20.
Hata wanaweza kutoa elimu zao hapa. So, basically, nilimit through as a second.
Okay.
But that's a story for another day. I'm also a producer. So naelewa vile anasema na mimi namrespect kwa sababu yeye ni a full on producer. Mimi ni just a jamula naweza produce kwa sababu niko na
uwezo
kuna musical knowledge so naweza fanya. But yeah, I like the way Smart anafanya because anafanya ako very keen in terms of the quality of music, the sound, going deeper into research and learning a lot of things. That's a good thing. Unaniuliza naweza mbia Smart nini?
Na wewe what's production before kwa Smart? Asichome yeye mwambie
asichome tukienda Mombasa.
Wow.
The worst.
More is than one.
Wewe unaongelea story kama unaongelea nini?
Okay. What's producer ushende kufanya kazi
Our
naye?
producer was the worst producer nimefanya kazi na yeye. To be honest, I have not had very bad experiences with producers.
Okay. Mko na tunataka kumtaja.
Kwanza mimi kwa mimi kuna story ya worst producer. Actually why he became a producer.
Okay.
I worked with, I think the first producer first studio nilienda kwake ni Nairobi. Akona start down.
That time sasa.
That time.
Industry.
Nilipata
jina.
akijifundisha kutune gitaa hapo ameclass. Kwa kitambo because alikuwa na watch video on TV ya kutune gitaa ndio
Kai.
hata akiona nisikia anaweza shangani kitambo. So that was the first studio I stepped into, and then after that I went and worked with Chris Adwar ule nampatia heshima yake.
Okay.
The other producer I worked with is Anje alikuwa tu sawa. I've worked with Kunta, which is important. Kunta Official Beats na K-Dog. They have a studio inaitwa Truth Label and it's a very nice, wanafanya kazi fiti sana. In fact, it was going to be a mistake for me not to mention them because tumekuwa pamoja nao pia through a lot. They've introduced me to a lot of people kama Jim Watt, who was one of my favorite artists growing up. Ni noma mpaka sasa anatoa mangoma by the way. Na he's very on the grind. But yeah, so other than that, now there's Smart and now Eric Wainaina is one of the producers. So your list yangu ni perfect producers. And then I also produce one. And Rama 254 is one of the producers to learn, and it's important to mention because some of the songs like C'est la vie, Siri, some of the earlier songs ni yeye Kadem Kangu initially yeye ndo alikuwa hapo through it. Yeye ndo aliweza ku create hiyo sound yangu when we started. So all the producers I've worked with were everything was just brilliant. Kama kuna mwingine nimesahau pole siko baya, but it's been a beautiful journey with producers.
Okay, that's what Guna was.
I think they have some help producers are before good.
Mine is a quick hit and run with no names named, but the person who produced a very good track, but their work ethic and their professionalism was out the door. Like alikuwa anakuambia nitakutumia first draft Tuesday. 1 month later haijai kuja. Unamfuata, unampigia simu ashiki, unaenda kwake hayuko. Hata studio ilikuwa vuta ni kuvuta yani kabisa. In the end the track came out a wonderful track, but before it got there ilikuwa kazi kweli. Yeah.
So the work ethics and professionalism, and that's one thing you really appreciate, right?
Indeed.
Okay.
So mine is very interesting because I started playing the piano nikiwa around 5 years nikiwa class 1 na huko.
5-6 years ago.
Huyu jamani mzee, so when he says that joke, it's easy yesterday can juicy. So what happened was I was already decent in my piano skills by Form 2, and this is the time I got my first chance to go and record music.
Form 2.
Yes. So I go to a studio in Nairobi town, CBD, hata sikumbuki the exact location. And then we enter in some third floor situation. Then we go in. This producer.
Mbona tuambie your street?
Honestly, I was not good in directions.
Okay.
But at that point.
But somewhere in town.
Nini ilikuwa hapo chini?
Nini
Smokey. So
subsidiary.
we walk in, and then the producer is like, I remember song is here, and I have no idea how production works. Mimi naweza tu produce kwa ile keyboard na tu beats. Tukaimba, then akatwambia sasa mimi sijui kucheza keyboard. In fact, he had no idea even how to do anything. So akatwambia the only thing he knew how to do was to record a vocal. So akatwambia wewe ibeni hapa kwa microphone hiyo song yenu yote. One take, which is again very unprofessional because we are two people.
Okay.
Ametwambia tuzunguke mic kama hiyo yako. Tuimbe kama kwaya, alafu mtu wa keyboard atatafutwa akuja acheze keyboard, alafu mtu wa beats sijui
si manual, si random manual.
And I'm thinking, hata niko hapa nacheza keyboard, but the guy doesn't even know how to connect the keyboard to the machine. And which now that I know what it is, it's not as complicated as my thing. And from that day, I became a producer. 1 year later, I found someone called Paul Kinyari, who's been my teacher for production. He's produced great acts, Sammy Rongo, Alan Aaron, like in the vernacular industry. Actually, I recorded Alan Aaron through him. When he was doing his album, Alan gave me one song and then it became a hit when I was 16 years old. So in Form 3 is when I met Paul through a church thing where kuja shule kutembelea, and then someone knew someone or whatever, they had my playing and they connected me to Paul. And that is how I became a producer, but it was because of that producer.
That experience.
Otherwise, siko na psych. I just wanted to be an artist. That is all I wanted to do. But now, thank God that happened because I'm all rounded. Like now, I can never go through what he's going through because I am the producer. Yeah, but I also have a master in engineer in the UK. Shout out to Alvinus Zarlis.
Yeah. So your mastering inapigwa huko?
Yes.
Mtu ako first draft haijali. Mastering ukifika wa CV. Okay, amazing. Yeah, hustle behind the icon, guys. Make sure you subscribe hapo. Now let's kwenye Maukoto finances. Are your tours and do you have someone who sponsors you or how do you do it?
We actually came to Kazuri Media.
Yes.
About it. We have sponsoring starts from way back. We have the studio where we are rehearsing, that's professional sponsoring. He's been covering for transport, so we have a way of figuring that out together. We also like snacks that we sponsor ourselves. So for the actual sponsoring of going there, the last tour, Studio Bella Bella sponsored us with a venue. We only did that one venue, and then we went to Blue Radio, who also sponsored us with an interview. So we haven't found like a Coca-Cola situation where they're giving us funds to do what you need, but we are searching for you, Coca-Cola, and any other people.
They are coming.
We are not very expensive, just a few dollars, zeros. But yeah, we are looking forward to bigger sponsorship. But we are not, again, as we say, we're not waiting for that to start.
Watapata mbele.
Yes.
Okay. So right now mnachimba kwenu wenyewe.
We have what is called a crowd funding situation, which Mr. A is going to explain.
So basically, we could call it a self-funded event, but that would be a lie because it's partly self-funded and then partly crowd-funded. So crowd-funded in that, first of all, we have an event at the end of the month, and that we are hoping to have as an event to help fund for this for the tour. So kama mtu anasikiliza hii, karibuni sana. We're going to have an event on the 28th of April here in Nairobi. Location will be September. 28th of September. April. Here in Nairobi. 28th of September. April. 28th of April. 28th of September.
28th of September, yes.
There's something wrong with
April.
So 28th of September tutakuwa na event hapa Nairobi that is we're hoping itasaidia kwa ku help that, but of course the majority of the money itatoka from sisi tutajipanga. We're also hoping to have a few events in Mombasa during the tour, and hizo zitasaidia maybe just for things huko. But basically kama vile tulisema from the beginning ni sisi watano, the two of us wako, But sisi watano tumeenda na tunajitupa tu ndani ya maji, and then we try and pave way through the hard rocks of Kenya.
Okay, amazing. That's the way to go. Yeah, because lazima ujitume kwanza before someone comes and push you. You know, you have to do it, right? So it's been an amazing vibe right here with you guys. Maybe there's anything I didn't touch on, or maybe there's something you want to say, and then your social handles after that.
I want to add on to the crowdfunding. We are currently having an Mchanga
Okay.
crowdfunding thing going on. It's titled the Fusion Tour. If you can help out,
You give us the.
it will be right here on your screen.
Okay, yeah.
Yes.
Namaste. Okay. Mafi mushkila. Give the money. Maybe your social handles or where to find you guys.
Oh yeah, she said ADA. So as ADA closes, I'm assuming you're gonna give the locations for Mombasa, the ones that are confirmed where you're gonna be. And then we follow our socials for the location in Nairobi. We are bouncing in between two venues. We're trying to find which one is suitable for our people. So Mr. Adia will confirm those venues that are confirmed, and then once you follow our socials, you'll see everything that comes up. Mine are at Young Smart Music. Young_Smart_Music everywhere. That is Twitter, TikTok, Facebook, Instagram.
Andrew?
Official Andrew Wambua everywhere. At official Andrew Wambua.
So so I guess from me the final thing would be, first of all, the Mchanga. We Mombasana mtusaidie through your Mchanga. That's where we hope to get some of them, because the idea of the tour is not just kufanya Mombasa. We are also hoping to move into other cities. That's number one. Number two, at the end of the month we're planning to have an event. So karibuni sana. If you're in Nairobi, please come through. My handles ni I am Aliye, so that's everywhere. That's on YouTube. I_am Aliye on Instagram, and then everywhere else I am Aliye. So in Mombasa, at the moment I will not talk about the venues smart, kwa sababu some of them are not fully confirmed. So I'd rather to just follow us on our social media handles, and then slowly we'll go tukisema easy locations with time. But for now, tafadhali Mchanga itakuwa hapa chini, si ndio?
Yeah.
Iko sawa. So tunaomba mtuchangie kwa Mchanga, and if you can, just buy a ticket for the show as well, and fanye kitu.
Amazing.
A big shout to Bahari Huru Festival. Carol Ngorobi, we see you. Thank you for having us. We're definitely going to be at Bahari Huru Festival.
When is that now?
It is on the weekend of the 4th and the 5th
October?
at Little Theatre Club.
October,
yes.
Yeah, that's Mombasa.
Yes.
Okay.
At the Little Theatre Club, 4th and 5th October, Bahari Huru Festival.
Okay. Yeah, guys, it's been amazing to have part of the 5 men, dope guys. 5 guys, dope guys. Yeah. So, and me, I would just say that don't forget Winnie Bwire's farewell and send off is still ongoing. Their prayers are going on every day at 6 p.m. to 8 p.m. That is in Mombasa. There's a church there. I'm going to put it down here, right? And also, we're going to put the pay bill number where we guys are contributing for the send-off. And there's going to be a candle lighting too. That's going to be on the 14th of September at Little Theatre. Dress code is white. We're going to put a poster there too. Any other thing I want to say is a very big thank you. If you're still with us and you watched this till the end, thank you so much, right? And if you haven't subscribed, this is the time to do so. It's your girl Kazuri Amo, kutoka Kazuri Media, the #1 online viewers at the dot. Peace out.